Greetings, Islam. It's your boy, Atazaz Bazil Bey, here on this most auspicious degree of Zamael, which is Tuesday, which is Mars Day. We give honor to the ancestors today. We give honor to the Elohim, specifically the Eloi, Zamael today. Me and my wife were just sitting around talking, and a lot of mornings, I start my mornings off with meditation. Well, first, gratitude. Um, you know, um, meditation. A lot of times we wake up studying, reading, maybe talk about our dreams that we might have had from the previous night or whatever. Spanish lessons, use your time wisely. Woke up and I started watching a video on YouTube. Excellent form of studying. But there's a lot of information out there. And as you know, some of it's good, some of it's bad, whatever. You got to search your own heart, see what resonates with you, because we're just in the unveiling time where a lot of information is going to be put out and a lot of research is going to be needed to be done by those receiving that knowledge to find approval. In this Moorish walk, because I was a Moor since birth, I just didn't know it. But once you come into this knowledge and you realize that we are the law, you start to seek remedy and for the normal day-to-day things. You want to know how to actuate some of the remedies in your daily life to maybe hold on to some of those comforts that you've been accustomed to having by being a United States citizen and all this kind of stuff. So this particular morning, I ran into a video about authenticating birth certificates and 9/8 numbers and liens, and they're getting into all that stuff. And where I kind of stand on that stuff is some of it does work. Some of that stuff is seemingly good, but just plain and simple, I just want to ask you, as an example, if somebody was to come into your life and shake your hand, befriend you, then stab you in the back, come into your house, you invite them to your home, and then they come in, and you wake up in the middle of the night, and all your family is dead, and they're gone, and they left a note, ha ha, or something. If you ever saw that person again, or if you had to deal with that person, how would you deal with that person? I know that's an extreme example, but if you ever saw that person, most of you say you probably kill them or, turn them into the police but what I'm getting at is, bottom line, you would never, ever, no matter what capacity you and that person were in, you would never look at them the same, and you would never trust them with any of your affairs or any of your business. And that's what I'm trying to make people, and me and my wife talk about to people, trying to understand that authenticating your birth certificate and using all these so-called lawful remedies within the system that has been oppressing you and oppressing people, all people of all walks of life, all colors, trying to use their system and get some kind of advantage in it. To me, that's insane, because anybody that has proven that they're against you, against your prosperity, against your progeny, against your growth from the beginning, why are they going to help you now? How are they going to make a loophole for you to do this thing to get ahead, and not to use their system, and not to somehow admit jurisdiction to them? Now with all this sovereign citizen stuff, Moors, we're not sovereign citizens. We're nationals who have birthrights to this land, whether you want to believe it or not, before these colonizers came and did exactly that. Shook our hand, came into our house, stabbed us in the back. And there was internal problems too. I'm not saying that as a nation the Moors didn't have problems from the inside, traders on their, in their own family and that happens too. But what I'm trying to get at is that a system that is built off of lies, slander, murder, theft, is not going to provide to you all of a sudden, remedy to fix all your problems. All those certificates and all this kind of stuff is stuff that they made up in the first place. You don't own that stuff. You have maybe some vested interest in it because it would not be without you have being born and your life force energy returning back to this plane. But at the end of the day, by using all that stuff, you're admitting that you need them. You're admitting that that stuff is valid. So I want you guys to be careful because that stuff might start to work. You might be able to save your home. You might be able to do these kind of things. But the bottom line is, why are you trying to save a home through means that the liars and the infiltrators are giving you, instead of realizing that they cannot take your home based on who you are? Now, whether that's going to actually save your home, thinking that or not, that's going to depend on your spiritual prowess, how you're actuating your power, your energy. This is all the illusion. Are you connecting back with the ancestors? Are you really looking at these things for what they are? Are you really finding out how you actuate your technology, which is your vessel, which is your Merkaba, which is your body, into being able to provide yourself spiritual protections? Because that's where the frontline battle is right now. No matter what's going on TV, spiritual protection is what you need. And to get spiritual protection, you get yourself right. You get you follow the ways of your foremothers and forefathers. You honor them, your days will be longer. You find out what they did, get back to their ways, and then they will actuate within you and help you get to where you and them need to go, because they need you just like you need them. We're in this together with the ancestors. So finding all these little remedies within the system that has been holding you down, or that has been, in league with others against you for a very long time, it might work for a little bit. But when you start to realize and come to the conscious knowledge that you're at home in your natural place, and that you don't need a corporation of any sort to govern anything in your life, that comes from the Most High. That comes from the Creator. That is the head of my government. So I just want to, give that message, and, out of love, and say that, just be careful of engaging too much in court and paperwork and all this kind of stuff, and your UCC filings and the executor trusting this and that, and I'm doing more research. I research that stuff, to make sure that I can come on here and say what I'm saying now. And once again, everybody has to do what they feel like they got to do too. This is my take, and this is my level of knowledge that's been given to me. But true knowledge is knowing that I don't know anything. I'm just reciprocating what the universe has been put into my my system, into the ethers that come into what I understand about all this stuff. So in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, I just want to say all high honors to the prophet, Noble Drew Ali, to those that came before, who came with the message of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. For all my Moors out there, whether you agree with me, whether you don't, for people out there watching this, whether you agree with me, whether you don't, I love you. Take care, and we're gonna figure this thing out together, one way or the other. Islam.